Let's move on to polymorphism. The question is, what is it? It is an odd term, but it's actually very powerful when you're dealing with classes and objects. First, let's talk about what it is. So when we use inheritance to create new classes, each new class inherits both the data members and the methods of the superclass. But sometimes the methods need to behave differently depending on the new class definition. In the case where the subclasses may need to behave differently, they still contain the same method name, but they have a different implementation. Okay, all that's well and good, but let's talk about a real-life example. We're all familiar with animals. So if we have an animal class, and we define 3 types of animals, and we use animal as our superclass, and we inherit to create the subclasses dog, cat, and pig. They're all animals, but when a dog speaks, it barks. But when a cat speaks, it meows. And finally, when a pig speaks, it oinks. So the animal class would have a quote-unquote generic speak method defined, but each of the inherited classes would redefine this method with their specific types of speak methods. So the thing that you want to remember about polymorphism is that it allows you to have the same name for a method, but it acts differently based on the class that has that method defined. Another example might be if you had a bug class, and the bug class created subclasses of grasshopper. A grasshopper, when it moves, it hops. Maybe a ladybug, when it moves, it flies. So polymorphism is saying that it has the same method name, speak or move, but the actions that are performed are dependent on the class. And in the example I have here, it's dependent on whether or not the object was defined as a dog or a cat or a pig. For more detailed information and examples of polymorphism, please visit Foundations of Programming, Object-Oriented Design with Simon Allardyce, specifically the video titled, What is Polymorphism?